Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Kenny Harper. Thank you for joining me today. It is a Saturday morning. Who's excited to be here? That didn't sound like a lot of excitement. Who is excited to be here? Woo! Oh, yeah, code, Saturday mornings, yeah, coffee. Well, this is WordPress for the Rockstar Professionals. So thanks each and every one of you for coming and attending, for supporting this event, First Jacksonville WordCamp. So this has shaped and shifted a little bit since I created this presentation. And what I'm sharing you today is pro tips to elevate your business. My name is Kenny Harper of Rock My Image. Just a little bit about me, as it was mentioned in my introduction, co-founder of Rock My Image. We're an authority marketing agency helping people position themselves as experts in their industry. I'm the current president for the Jacksonville chapter of the American Marketing Association. Who here brought their little devices? Their little devices. You might bring out that little device. If you check into social media, you can use these hashtags at the bottom. WC Jax, or you can use the hashtag I like to use a lot, Rocket Bold. You can visit my website, kennyharper.rocks, or follow me on Twitter at KennyWHarper. So the objective today, what are we learning? This is kind of an obscure sort of topic, but you showed up anyway. So that's great. I'm glad you did. What are we learning? What are we talking about today? I've got over 100 slides to show you with the most crazy code that you probably can't understand. And I'm going to be talking a lot about data and statistics that you won't even understand either. Who's excited? I'm just kidding. That is not what I'm talking about at all. Thanks for not running out the room. All right, so by refining these techniques, you will earn more money. Who here wants to earn more money? Produce a better product. Does anyone have any room for improvement at what they do anyway? Yes, everyone does. We can all improve. And enjoy the ride. You ever look around and find that you've built yourself a job? Kind of like, what am I doing? This is hard. This isn't fun. This isn't what I signed up for. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to be challenging you guys to think about today. All right, so the overview. Got a lot of little pauses in here. Number one, we're going to set the stage. Number two, we're going to be bold, or we're going to pack it up. Number three, we're going to know the audience that we're speaking to. Number four, we're going to build the fan base. And number five, we're going to plan for an encore. So those are the things we're talking about. My name has been Kenny Harper, and this has been fun and real. I'll catch you the next WordCamp. Thank you! Obviously, I'm being silly at this point. I've had a lot of coffee. Anyone know who this is? Simon Cowell. Simon Cowell. Yeah, American Idol. He's doing this. He's closing his eyes, blocking out his ears, and he's shutting himself off. So what I'm asking everyone here is, one of the rules we have is we keep our minds open. Keep our ears open. Because this is an opportunity for you to grow. This isn't an opportunity for you to learn something new. But if you come in with the attitude, I know everything, you can't teach me anything, you're going to shut yourself off to those opportunities. Anyone know who that is? Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne. I want you guys to be energetic. I want to be engaged with you, and I want you to participate. Just make this happen for yourself. Take this moment. We're going to share the next 20-something minutes together. Let's connect and let's share ideas. Let's get engaged. Don't sit there going, what time's that lunch going? Get engaged. Stay with me. So for the next 20 minutes, I want you to step outside yourself. You're going to be a producer. You're going to be a producer for whatever it is you do. If you're a coder, if you're a designer, if you're a web design company owner, whatever it is, you're going to step outside yourself and you're going to look at yourself as a producer. So you're going to be critiquing yourself, looking for areas of improvement. Number one, set the stage. Before any great show, whether it's a music performance or a project that you're building, you're going to need to set the stage. You're going to need to lay the foundation for success. And what I'm sharing are some rookie mistakes and some ideas for improvement. So let's go over some of these things when we're setting the stage. Number 1, setting clear goals. Rookie mistake number 1 is getting someone to contact you and just saying, what do you want to do? All right, that's what we'll get started on, and not defining clearly what the goals are. It can be goals for your project. It could be goals for your team. It could be goals for your client. Whatever it is, clearly defining it so that everyone's on the same page and it's written out. You're setting your goals. Building a winning team. I admit I've fallen for this one too many times. It's far too easy to get a project and think, I can do all this stuff. I can do a little bit of SEO. I have a camera. I can do the photography. I'm going to play around and do the design, and trying to do every aspect of a project. And what you end up getting is a product that looks not as refined as it could. If you want to participate and get excellent, awesome projects, you need to produce excellent and awesome work. So producing a team that is making sure that whatever project you're doing, you have a well-rounded team to work with. And number 3, determine the roles of the project. Clearly defining the roles for the project. So when we're setting the stage, has anyone here ever had a project where the client has been a little crazy and they made you maybe want to pull your hair out? Anyone ever have that problem? Has anyone ever had a project where they've experienced it and it just did not go as planned, and the end project just was, what is that? You don't want to put your name on it. That has happened. That's because we did not set the stage very well. It's because we did not set the stage very well. I've had clients that I've worked with that have wanted a black and white website. Everything black and white. The photos, the text, the images, the links, everything black and white. And they want it to be engaging and inspiring for people. For women. No, it didn't work out very well. Does anyone want to share a time they worked on a project where they maybe didn't set the stage and it came back to bite them?
I worked with a large company, and we produced websites for all types of businesses, and you really can see the vision, what the designer had, a clear goal in mind, because he'll produce the most beautiful website. And when you get on the phone and critique the website with the client, they just have minor improvements. They're more satisfied. And then there are some clients who just don't have any idea where they want or what they want with their website, but they know their business, but they just don't know. They don't have an idea of even the color scheme. They know their competitors, but they never told us. And it's a very frustrating product, and their website is all over the place. And so, yeah.
So when you don't set the stage and you don't put the parameters out there of what success is and how you're going to achieve it, then what ends up happening is the client ends up taking control of the project and driving it, and they'll drive you right into a wall to where you want to pull your hair out and you're going to produce this subpar project. So when you clearly say, this is what our goals are. I built an award-winning team who are experts in their industry, and your role as a client is to follow these particular elements of critiquing, being very clear with that. When you set the stage properly, you have control of the project, you are the expert, and you can enjoy really what you're doing. I'm probably going a little bit long on that, so I'm going to have to speed up a little bit. Number 2, be bold or pack it up. Be bold or pack it up. Anyone ever heard of this girl, her name Miley Cyrus? Miley Cyrus, she came in like a wrecking ball. I'm not going to sing the rest of it. I'm sorry for doing that, actually. But she came in like a wrecking ball. She came out because she was, being Hannah Montana for such a long time. She had to come out and make a big splash. She had to get people's attention. like him or not, Donald Trump comes out and he becomes a sensation and he's in the media because he came out, he stood out, he was bold, he was different. So whatever it is you're doing, regardless if you're a designer, a developer, or a company, you need to make sure that you're doing something to differentiate yourself. You need to make sure that you have a clear value proposition. Really think about this. Now I'm pointing these things out, and I didn't mention this earlier, but as I'm pointing these things out, you need to take a little mental inventory of yourself, the producer, and think about, are there areas in here that you can improve upon? Are there areas in here that you can improve upon? Do you have your value proposition defined? Is it really clear? Can you articulate on the spot why I should choose to do business with you versus a competitor? And if you haven't taken the time to do that, then get to it. Because if you don't do that, you're going to be a commodity, and price is going to be the factor. But when you differentiate yourself and you can tell why you're different, even if it's something that you've kind of made up, if you put a spin on it, then you can win the business at a higher level. You've differentiated yourself. Number 3, is anyone taking on a project that they're like, why am I even doing this? This is not what I signed up for. This is not fun. I'm doing this project. I hate this work. This client's a jerk. That's not being true to yourself. That's not being true to yourself. You can be bold and you can say, I'm going to turn this away. I'm going to turn these opportunities away because I believe in myself and I know that I can go after the things I ultimately want. There's people having amazing jobs, amazing businesses, and amazing careers because they were bold to choose that and they were true to themselves. Know your audience. I believe we were talking a little bit about this last night. Knowing your audience and calibrating your message and your positioning to the intended audience. So who here has a website to market themselves in some way, shape, or form? You could raise your hands proudly. Like, it's not bad. This is a good thing if you have one. There you go. So if you look at your website objectively, as the producer, is your messaging communicating to your target audience? Because a rookie mistake I see a lot with people in the technical web design world is they're talking technical. They're talking web design. They're not talking on the level to the people that they're trying to do business with. When you get too analytical, you can start to lose your audience. People buy with emotion. They make decisions on purchasing or doing business with people because they connect with people. So when we're looking at the copy that we create for our website, for marketing ourselves, we need to think about that, have that in mind, and refine our messaging to make sure we're doing that. We want to provide value for our audience. So you can go to a web designer's page and you could see messaging like, I've won this award. We've been in business since this. We have a great portfolio. We're certified with this algorithm, yada, yada, yada. It's wee-wee. All this wee-wee talk. What is this about? And it's talking about stuff that a lot of people just don't even know what you're talking about. So when you can say and speak to your audience and say, we're going to make you look good. We understand that as a business, you've been an architect. You've been an architect and you produce great work. We're going to make you look so good that when people see your website and they see your portfolio, they'll have no choice but to contact you because we know how competitive it is in the industry to get quotes. So it's really trying to take a time to connect with people and talk about them, positioning with them, what matters to them. Does anyone think they may be guilty of doing too much we talk, too much I talk? Not enough speaking about who you're trying to connect with and what's important to them, getting too technical? I've done it. 4, build your fan base. Build your fan base. So you have a website, and some of the people raised their hand saying they had a website. Are you building your fan base? Are you leveraging your knowledge, your background, your personality to connect with other people, whether it's prospects or even other people in your community, to let them know who you're about, what you're about? Rockstars are awesome because they work from passion. And when they work from passion, they connect with their fans. They don't think of them as clients necessarily and just numbers. They think about them as fans, and they try to earn their respect. They try to earn their trust. And so when we take the time to really build some fans, that's when we can broaden our reach. We can broaden our visibility and credibility. Does anyone here have a fan strategy or know what I'm talking about with a fan strategy? Like the fans, it's getting hot up here. So a fan strategy is when you're actually looking at your clients and saying, how can I make that client or make this connection a fan of mine? And I'm going to have a strategy in place to improve those relationships. I want to have a strategy in place to make raving fans. I'm actually going to connect with them. Too many times I've seen people do business with a company, and then as soon as they're done, they signed off, all right, I'm going to the next guy. Where's the next client? And they don't take the time to build the relationship. You ever hear the 80-20 rule? The 80-20 rule, where you have 80% delivering you 20 results, but the 20% of your clients or business is giving you 80% of your income. So if you're thinking about a fan base, you're going to be working on building relationships and making sure that your top contributing clients are fans, they're treated well. They are experiencing an exceptional experience. How many touch points do you have in your business? Think about all the different touch points, from when someone fills out a form, to when you answer the phone, to when you send them an email, to the different parts of a project, whatever it is, and making that experience exceptional, memorable, different. Do you think that would make a difference in your business? Anything that you do, it definitely would. But sometimes we get so caught up in being busy that we don't take the time to reflect and work on improving certain areas in our performance. Number 5, planning for an encore. So devising a strategy to keep it fresh. Planning for an encore is about thinking, if you have a company that you work with clients, thinking about how you can extend that business that you do with them on a regular basis, having recurring revenue. As a web designer, I've had business that's kind of been like a roller coaster. It's like, here, all these people have all these projects going on. Now I've got all these projects going on at the same time. Now they're all getting completed at the same time. Now I'm waiting for contracts to go through. And these waves of business coming. But when you can work on developing a plan for recurring revenue, you can change that. You can smooth that field. So devising a strategy to keep it fresh with your clients, whether you're a developer or a designer or a business owner, is actually being proactive and thinking about how can I help this person grow? What are the things that I can give to them? What are the ideas that I can present to them that will help them achieve the goals that we set when we initially had that conversation? Let me get some ideas on paper, and then let me proactively go to them and give them those ideas on a regular basis. See, what I've seen is a rookie mistake is people are sitting back and waiting for them to come to you asking for things. Do you know what the number one reason people lose clients is? Perceived indifference. Perceived indifference. the client thinks you don't care about them. They think you're indifferent because you're not communicating with them. You're not continually adding value. The honeymoon is over. And now we're just losing that fresh relationship field when you were ready to wine and dine them. So when you're proactively coming to them with ideas, that can increase your business, but that also helps them know that you're thinking of them. And it does work. It does work. People have given kudos, thumbs up, rock signs, everything. When we've come to someone with ideas and say, this is how we can help you and take it to the next level. That's great. I was so busy in my work that I couldn't even think about those ideas. There's money to be had there. Leveraging automation to nurture. Does anyone ever have past clients that they haven't talked to in a long time? There should be some hands going up, but this is not necessarily one of those things where you're proud of it, so maybe not. But a lot of the times we don't follow up with those past clients. We don't work to establish those relationships. And we're missing opportunities. So we want to use some automation or actually take the time to connect with people to build those relationships. And execute a test and measure strategy. So if you're familiar with marketing, sometimes if you're running a campaign, you'll do a test and measure strategy where you run 2 different landing pages or 2 different ads, and you'll see which one performs better than the other. Well, this is an idea that you can suggest to anybody who has a business or a website that you want to help them achieve their goals. So you can work to set up a test and measure strategy on their website. This isn't done very often. I don't see many other companies doing this, but it's a great way to be proactive, earn more money from the client, produce better results for the client. You may think that the landing page is great with the slider and with the contact form at the bottom, but by testing another layout or design, you may find that a different layout or a different color or different pictures perform much better for the goals that you set when you started. Is this making sense? Okay, so let's review here. We set the stage. We maintain control of the project. That's the main thing. We want to be in control. We won't want the client to drive this project into the wall, into the ground. We want to maintain control. We're going to be bold or pack it up. When you're bold, you differentiate yourself. You commit to building an excellent product. You can build a portfolio of worth that will raise your value and also bring better projects to you. If you're building chintzy, cheap stuff, that's what you're going to attract. Raise your prices, charge more, build better products, enjoy yourself more. Know your audience. Making sure you're connecting with your audience, knowing what they want, knowing how they communicate, knowing what's important to them. Building your fan base. It is a challenging, competitive world, regardless of what you do. If you're not taking the time to leverage building your connections, you're missing an opportunity. Other people are doing it. They're building an empire. You can be a small giant, or you can be a person who works in a small space. Number 5, plan for an encore. Being proactive and creating ideas and strategies for recurring revenue that fit your goals and ideas.